Sanjay Singh, the Aam Aadmi Party MP, is out on bail after 6 months in Tihar. The Liquorgate case means that this is the first bail to a person from the Aam Aadmi Party. He was incarcerated 6 months ago, and it has been a hectic day in court. Take a look.
Arrested in October by the Enforcement Directorate, 6 months later, AAP MP Sanjay Singh granted bail in connection with the alleged Delhi liquor scam.
Sanjay Singh has been granted bail because ED did not argue their case at all and conceded on the bail because it was all apparent during the hearing and it was made clear by the judges. Honorable judges has made it clear before lunch that against Sanjay Singh there is no credible material to make a case against him.
The bail order issued by the Supreme Court. A bench of Justices Sanjeev Khanna, Dipankar Datta and Prasanna B. Varale was hearing Sanjay Singh's plea in the excise policy case. AAP welcomed Sanjay Singh's bail.
मुझे लगता है कि आज पूरे देश की लोकतंत्र के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा दिन है, बहुत खुशी का दिन है, बहुत उम्मीद का दिन है कि शायद कुछ लोग अब जेल से बाहर निकल के इस देश के लोकतंत्र को बचा लें.
Meanwhile, BJP slammed AAP, saying now AAP can't accuse agencies of being involved in vendetta politics.
This bail has been granted when ED, as you can see from the proceedings, has not opposed the bail of Sanjay Singh. From today onwards, the Aam Aadmi Party cannot claim, even for a moment, that any of the agencies, particularly the ED or the CBI, is indulging in any kind of vendetta politics. यदि ऐसा होता तो बेल को अपोज किया जाता.
Sanjay Singh has become the first senior AAP leader to be granted regular bail in the money laundering case linked to the liquor policy. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and his former deputy Manish Sisodia remain under judicial custody in the same case. Bureau Report, India Today.
And here's how Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh's family reacted once he received bail.
आम आदमी पार्टी सांसद संजय सिंह को जमानत मिलने के बाद अब वो रिहा हो जाएंगे. हालांकि कुछ घंटों की बात रह गई. उनकी पत्नी अनीता सिंह जी हमारे साथ हैं. वो दिन जब उनकी गिरफ्तारी और आज 6 महीने बाद उनके जमानत का आदेश, आप उनसे मिल के आई हैं, क्या रिएक्शन था उनका, क्या कुछ कहा उन्होंने?
अभी देखिए, ये तो अभी लंबी लड़ाई है. जब तक मेरे बड़े भाई अरविंद केजरीवाल जी, मनीष सिसोदिया, सत्येंद्र जैन जी नहीं बाहर आते हैं, लेकिन यह है कि सत्य की जीत हुई है और न्याय पे हम लोग को भरोसा था. तो आज हम लोग के खुशी का माहौल तो है, लेकिन जब तक वो तीनों भाई नहीं आ जाते तब तक ये संघर्ष जारी रहेगा.
तो उनको बताया आपने, संजय सिंह को जानकारी दी कि उनको जमानत मिल गई है?
जी, उनको मैंने बता दिया क्योंकि अभी उनके साथ में ही थी, तो उनको मैंने बता दिया. लेकिन बस उनका भी यही है कि जब तक हमारे तीनों भाई बाहर नहीं आ जाते, लंबी लड़ाई.
क्या उन्हें एडमिट किया गया है या वापस उन्हें न्यायिक हिरासत में ले जाया गया है?
नहीं, अभी एडमिट है वो. कल अभी डिस्चार्ज होंगे, फिर उनको न्यायिक हिरासत में ले जाएंगे, फिर वहाँ से फिर आएंगे.
माता जी से बात करते हो, काफी भावुक थी. आपके लिए भी काफी भावुक समय होगा. बहुत सारे लोगों के फोन भी आ रहे हैं लगातार.
हाँ, अभी तो फोन आ रहे हैं, लगातार आ रहे हैं, लेकिन अभी खुशी का भी माहौल है, लेकिन अंदर थोड़ा सी कष्ट भी है कि अभी हमारे 3 भाई अंदर हैं, तो जब तक वो बाहर नहीं आएंगे वो पूरी तरह से खुशी नहीं मिल पाएगी.
अब आगे क्या उनका स्वागत होगा, जश्न होगा पार्टी के लिए, लेकिन अभी भी देखिए चुनौती है कि बाकी बड़े नेता अभी भी हिरासत में हैं.
नहीं, अभी ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा, क्योंकि जब तक वो तीनों भाई मेरे बाहर नहीं आ जाएंगे तब तक कोई जश्न नहीं होगा.
बहुत शुक्रिया. जब बेटा गया था, आप उस दिन बात कर रहे थे, आपकी आंखों में आंसू था, लेकिन आप कह रहे थे कि बहुत हिम्मत है, अब जमानत मिल गई, आ जाएंगे.
बहुत खुश, दिल से खुश हूँ, बहुत दिल से खुश हूँ. मेरा निर्दोष बेटा था, वो निर्दोष, जरा सा उसके मतलब बेईमानी छुई नहीं थी, उसको जेल में डाल रखा था. आज छूटा है मेरा बेटा, हम बहुत खुश हैं, दिल से खुश हैं. बस यही मतलब यही, अब क्या कहें, हम जबान से कुछ निकल नहीं रहा मुंह से हमारे कि यार मेरा बेटा छूट गया. बस सबसे बहुत बहुत भगवान मालिक का बहुत बड़ा शुक्र है, बहुत बहुत बड़ा शुक्र है.
जब आप आखिरी बार उनसे मिली थी, जब वो आते थे इलाज के लिए, तब क्या बोला था? आखिरी बार क्या बात हुई?
आज ही मिले,
आज मुलाकात हुई. ILBS अस्पताल में. Let me also tell you, Sanjay Singh is admitted in a hospital for a treatment and will be discharged tomorrow. At the moment, his wife Anita Singh is accompanying him in the hospital. तो जब आप मिली उनसे सुबह, तो क्या बोल रहे थे वो?
तो यही इलाज की बात हो रही थी कि डॉक्टर मम्मी डॉक्टर आपको देखें, हमको जा रहे हैं देखने, तो उनको बुलावा आ गया देखने का, तो डॉक्टर उनको देखने के लिए बुला लिए, तो चला गया देखने के लिए, और कोई ऐसी बात हुई नहीं।
And Sanjay Singh will be out of jail very, very shortly. The paperwork is happening. He's under treatment also for a liver ailment. Now, these are the Enforcement Directorate's charges against Sanjay Singh. 2 crore in cash paid into tranches. We're talking about the Delhi Excise case or Liquorgate. Money delivered at Sanjay Singh's residence. Approver Dinesh Arora and his chartered accountant confirmed the payment. The Enforcement Directorate also alleges 1 crore was received from a company called Indo Spirit. This is the claim by the Enforcement Directorate in court. I want to bring in our reporters now in on this. We have Srishti Ojha live from the capital, Milan Sharma from Sanjay Singh's residence, Anmol Bali also tracking all the political developments. But I'd like to start, okay, we don't have Munish Pandey, so let me go first to Srishti, who was in court today when that bail was granted. Srishti, just explain this to us, because the Enforcement Directorate apparently initially opposed the bail, but after what the court said, kind of made a bit of a tactical retreat and said, we're not opposing the bail. Can you break that down for us? It's very interesting.
Well, yes, definitely, Shiv. A very interesting hearing that took place before the top court today, because we saw the Enforcement Directorate quite literally take a U-turn. It has been opposing grant of bail to not just other Aam Aadmi Party leaders, but even to Sanjay Singh. They had opposed grant of bail to him before the trial court, before the High Court, and even before the Supreme Court today. Once senior advocate Aam Singhvi, appearing for Sanjay Singh, concluded his arguments, the Additional Solicitor General appearing for ED wanted to argue against Sanjay Singh's bail. He had sought time. However, he even said that post-lunch he would want to argue the case on merits. However, we in a way saw a U-turn happen once Supreme Court posed some direct questions, and in a way also warned the Enforcement Directorate as to what might happen if ED argues on merits, and if the Supreme Court decides to decide the case on merits. The court made it very clear. The court told the ED counsel that as of now, based on the facts that they have before them, the accused turned approver in the present case, being Dinesh Arora, did not name Sanjay Singh in the first 9 statements. Sanjay Singh was only named in the 10th statement. According to court, they would have to consider this when they would decide whether or not to grant bail to Sanjay Singh. Secondly, no money, as was being alleged by ED, that bribes of 2 crores were taken. The court said that the fact of the matter is no money has been recovered till now. Now, even then, the ASG in a way had tried to interrupt the court and say that money recovery is not needed. But the court again said that if we do decide this case, and ultimately if we do happen to decide in favor of Sanjay Singh, we will have to record it officially in our order that prima facie Sanjay Singh is not guilty of money laundering, and that may affect the trial and also ED's entire case. So these were the statements which had come in from the Supreme Court, and that's when they asked the Additional Solicitor General to take instructions as to whether Sanjay Singh is even needed in further custody, because he's already been behind bars for 6 months. Post-lunch, when we saw ASG come back to court, he said that they have an arguable case against Sanjay Singh's bail on merits, but they are willing to give him a concession in this particular case. However, he did point out that the same concession should not be considered as a precedent. But regardless of that, it's definitely a big relief for Sanjay Singh and also the Aam Aadmi Party, because as we know, he is the first Aam Aadmi Party leader who has gotten any sort of relief in this particular Delhi excise policy case. Earlier, Manish Sisodia was refused bail right from trial court to the Supreme Court. So definitely a big relief for Sanjay Singh. Back to you.
Okay, relief for Sanjay Singh. Remember, the same court that has denied bail a few times in the past to some of the other leaders. So today's granting of bail to Sanjay Singh merits a deeper look, and that's why I have our finest reporters here helping us break this all down, because now it adds a layer of suspense over what the next steps will be, both from the Enforcement Directorate side as well as the case itself, and as it plays out politically just before the elections. Before I go to Munish, Milan and Anmol, the charges against Sanjay Singh that I just read out, let me detail them a little bit more. Sanjay Singh is the Aam Aadmi Party MP who's been released on bail now. He'll be out of Tihar in just an hour or two from now. Sarvesh Mishra is Sanjay Singh's aide. He's been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. Allegedly received 1 crore rupees on behalf of Sanjay Singh. Now, Sanjay Singh, remember, is out on bail now. He has spent 6 months inside jail. Vivek Tyagi is Sanjay Singh's aide as well, also summoned by the Enforcement Directorate. So those are just some of the details of the people allegedly involved in the excise case as part of the charge sheet that the Enforcement Directorate has made out. Munish, if I could bring you in now, the bail that has been granted now to Sanjay Singh, how does this, if at all, affect what is happening with Arvind Kejriwal, who was recently remanded to judicial custody, and the case against him? How is the Enforcement Directorate looking at this?
Well, Shiv, when the Supreme Court made it very clear that the bail to Sanjay Singh is not going to have any impact on the other accused in this case. For example, Arvind Kejriwal and for that matter, Manish Sisodia. As far as Sanjay Singh's case is concerned, and we need to understand this, it is completely different from what the Enforcement Directorate's case is against Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia. And that's that is why twice Manish Sisodia's bail was rejected by the Supreme Court in the same case. As far as Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia are concerned, what ED has claimed that they were conspirators in the case. Arvind Kejriwal has been called kingpin by the Enforcement Directorate in the entire case, and somehow the Enforcement Directorate has been able to prima facie convince the lower court and the high court that some money trail did exist between the Aam Aadmi Party and the South Carter. Arvind Kejriwal and Vijay Nair played the important role. Why Manish Sisodia? Because Manish Sisodia was the excise minister when this entire excise policy was being formulated and brought in by the Aam Aadmi Party. Sanjay Singh's role as far as Enforcement Directorate's case was concerned, it was very specific. One person gave 2 crore rupees to Sanjay Singh, and whether any favor was granted to that person or not, ED was not able to convincingly portray that, in their charge sheet which was filed against him. So, the case against Sanjay Singh was very weak in comparison to the case against Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, and that is why I think the ED will have no problem in opposing Arvind Kejriwal's bail or Manish Sisodia's bail in future.
Okay, so they will not be acting in the same way that they did today in court, even though it was a U-turn, a bit of a tactical move there by the Enforcement Directorate. I also want to bring in India Today's Anmol Bali and Milan. They're both tracking Sanjay Singh's family at his residence where Milan is, and at the hospital where Sanjay Singh is currently being treated for a liver ailment. What's the update that you have, Anmol, from the hospital? Sanjay Singh has apparently been suffering from some kind of liver ailment. He's been under treatment. His wife is there as well. He's not been discharged just yet. What are you hearing?
Shiv, basically it was seen that today in the morning Sanjay Singh, the Aam Aadmi Party member parliament from the Rajya Sabha, was granted bail by the Supreme Court, and he was witnessing some kind of liver ailments, and after that he was brought here at the Institute of Liver and Biliary Sciences for checkup. Now according to doctors he has been checked, and now he is kept under the observation, and according to sources Sanjay Singh is likely to be discharged tomorrow. And it was also seen that after some of the tests now he is being shifted to a special ward where his son Utkarsh Singh is with him, and he is not allowed to meet anyone in the hospital. Shiv.
Okay, he's not allowed to meet anyone in the hospital. We did hear from his family, however. Milan is there. Milan, his wife Anita Singh telling India Today that there will be no celebrations until, all of the Aam Aadmi Party leaders are released from jail. For the family, it's been an anxious time. 6 months in jail is no joke. But some relief for the family. We remember them on the day when he was arrested as well.
Well, Shiv, that's right. You know, everyone is heaving a sigh of relief because Sanjay Singh happens to be the first Aam Aadmi Party leader who's actually got bail in this particular case. But there are other leaders who are still in jail, and that's exactly what his wife Anita Singh was talking about. I'll quickly get a reaction in from Mr. Somnath Bharti. Sir, we were earlier just trying to speak about this. Manish Sisodia is still in jail, and you know, the ED has decided to give bail to Sanjay Singh, but the case happens to be slightly different from Manish Sisodia. So, what are you, expecting now should happen in the case of Mr. Sisodia?
See, today what transpired in the court is worth being told to your viewers. Today, almost Honorable Supreme Court demolished the entire case because when they asked ED, did you recover any penny? They said no. Did you find any money trail? They said no. Then Supreme Court asked, do you want to oppose the bail? They asked the ED. And then Supreme Court said that in case you want to oppose the bail, then I will be listing it for arguments on merits. And then they said repercussions may not be favorable to you. Following which, post-lunch, ED came back and said, no, we will not oppose the bail. It means they were apprehensive that if we oppose the bail and the matter gets argued on merits and the court decides the matter on merits, then the entire case may get demolished. That was the fear. So it means the entire case is fake. They have admitted now. It means that there is no evidence against anybody. No money recovery. Because similar has been the case for Arvindji also. What was the case against Sanjay Singh? The case was that Dinesh Arora, who was earlier accused, who was made approver by whom? By ED on instructions of, instructions of BJP, and eight statements had no mention of Sanjay Singh. Ninth statement.
But in this particular matter, Manish ji has been denied bail by the Supreme Court itself. So where do you see this leading to? The court has also said that this is not a precedent, but we have granted bail. There can be bail in some peculiar cases in terms of this case. Where do you see this going from here on forward?
See, let me see the entire order to give you comment that way. But as a lawyer, I see that since the parity has been there as a legal precedence, and I see as a lawyer that there is no difference between the case of Manish Sisodia and Sanjay Singh, Arvind Kejriwal and Sanjay Singh. Hence, because Manish Sisodia was on a similar thing, he was put behind bar. Arvind ji has been put behind bar on a similar thing. That one Reddy, Sarath Chandra Reddy, who did not name Arvind Kejriwal in 6 of his statements, under the fear and under the lure of his own freedom, he named Arvind Kejriwal in the 7th statement. He was also made to pay 55 crores to BJP. So BJP struck a deal with this fellow on 2 things. That you will first name Arvind Kejriwal and then you will also pay 55 crores. BJP converted Enforcement Directorate to, in a manner to extort money. Extortion Directorate. So what I'm saying, today BJP stands exposed before the nation that they have misused ED, abused ED for political gains, to implicate innocent leaders of Aam Aadmi Party. And today the entire nation has watched that how this attempt to crush Aam Aadmi Party, they did not succeed in.
So definitely, the Aam Aadmi Party is looking at it from the angle of a precedent shift, but perhaps it remains to be seen because the same court, in case of Manish Sisodia, has not granted bail, as my colleague Munish just pointed out there, and it remains to be seen how the party will now take this forward. Of course, we are in Sanjay Singh's home. He is currently in hospital because he had gone for a checkup. They will come out tomorrow, and there will be a procedure that will also be followed tomorrow, after which he will be out on bail, and that will be a big message. We are also expecting a message from him tomorrow, so we'll have to wait and see what Sanjay Singh will have to say himself.
The court's words today while granting bail to Sanjay Singh have most definitely, apart from giving relief to the Aam Aadmi Party, have also given the Aam Aadmi Party a certain amount of ammunition. It may not be a precedent, but a certain amount of ammunition, especially on the issue of money trail. The Enforcement Directorate, obviously hasn't commented on it, but the case against Arvind Kejriwal is vastly different, says Munish, and that will definitely continue. continue. But remember, with elections coming up, it is also about perception and optics, and that's what the Aam Aadmi Party will be going for, hammer and tongs. Now, I'd like to thank all of our reporters for joining us with their perspective. With Kejriwal in jail, the Aam Aadmi Party faces governance hurdles. Remember, there's a government to run in Delhi. Aam Aadmi Party MLAs, including 6 ministers, have pledged support to Sunita Kejriwal, the wife of Arvind Kejriwal. She is not a politician. Despite jail limitations, the Aam Aadmi Party has taken an oath to stand by Kejriwal, even if it means governing from jail. Take a look.
With CM Arvind Kejriwal behind bars for 2 weeks, the Aam Aadmi Party is facing the daunting task of governance in Delhi.
Your name in the case for the first time.
55 AAP MLAs, including 6 ministers, met the Chief Minister's wife Sunita Kejriwal on Tuesday to express their unwavering support, even if it meant running the government from jail.
हमने भाभी के जरिए अरविंद जी तक बात पहुंचाई है कि भाई आप भाजपा के दबाव में कभी नहीं आएंगे और आप मुख्यमंत्री थे दिल्ली के, मुख्यमंत्री हैं, मुख्यमंत्री बने रहेंगे।
मनीष सिसोदिया की गिरफ्तारी हुई, आपने उनसे इस्तीफा लिया। आपने सतेंद्र जैन से भाजपा ने ही दबाव बनाया, जनता की आवाज बन गए, आपने इस्तीफा लिया। आज ये दोहरे मापदंड क्यों हैं अरविंद केजरीवाल जी?
Running the government from Tihar jail is no easy task. The prison manual poses limitations. There is no facility of creating a CM office in jail right now. The Chief Minister won't be able to hold cabinet meetings or sign official documents inside the jail. The Lieutenant Governor will decide whether arrangements can be made in jail for Kejriwal to function as Chief Minister. The Chief Minister also needs to take court approval for any arrangements proposed. Following Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's incarceration, Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched a blistering attack on the opposition at a rally in Uttarakhand's Rudrapur.
हर भ्रष्ट पर कार्रवाई जारी रहेगी। बहुत कम समय बाकी रह गया है। तीसरे टर्म में भ्रष्टाचार पर और तेज प्रहार होगा, ये मैं आपको गारंटी देने आया हूं।
Delhi Minister Atishi has alleged the ED will target her and Saurabh Bharadwaj next and added that attempts were made to poach her from AAP.
मुझे ये कहा गया कि या तो मैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी ज्वाइन कर लूं, अपना पॉलिटिकल करियर बचा लूं, अपना पॉलिटिकल करियर बढ़ा लूं, और अगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी नहीं ज्वाइन करी तो आने वाले 1 महीने में ईडी द्वारा मुझे गिरफ्तार कर लिया जाएगा।
Saurabh Bharadwaj backed Atishi's charges.
उनके किसी बहुत करीबी आदमी के माध्यम से ऑफर दिया गया है कि अगर आम आदमी पार्टी छोड़ दोगे तो बहुत बढ़िया करियर बना लेंगे और अगर नहीं छोड़ोगे तो जेल जाओगे 1 महीने के अंदर अंदर। तो खुल्लम खुल्ला धमकी है।
रात भर की प्लानिंग के बाद सवेरे निकलता है कि हमको ऑफर मिल रहा है। अरे भारतीय जनता पार्टी भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ 0 टॉलरेंस रखती है। आप लोग कह रहे हैं, वो लोग कह रहे हैं कि भ्रष्टाचारी को लाइए। नरेंद्र मोदी जी का, बीजेपी का स्टैंड है, भ्रष्टाचार को हटाइए।
Arvind Kejriwal's arrest could rule him out of the entire Lok Sabha campaign. The AAP leadership now faces the twin challenge of fighting the Lok Sabha elections and keeping the party together. Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, right after Delhi minister from the Aam Aadmi Party, Atishi, claimed that the BJP was trying to bribe her into crossing over to the BJP side, 2 Modi ministers have slammed Atishi's Operation Lotus claim. They say no vacancy for activists like Atishi who will end up damaging the BJP. Take a look.
हमारे यहाँ आतिशी जैसे पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविस्ट के लिए कोई
वैकेंसी है नहीं। जब शराब घोटाले में सारी आम आदमी पार्टी फंसी हुई है तो हम इस समय उनको अपने यहाँ लेके हमने क्या अपने लिए सिरदर्दी क्रिएट करनी है?
मैं यही कहूंगा, एक के बाद दूसरा भ्रष्ट आम आदमी पार्टी का नेता शराब घोटाले में जेल गया और कैसे इन्होंने देश की जनता और दिल्ली की जनता के साथ विश्वासघात किया। ये दुर्भाग्य है, बहुत पीड़ा होती है। पहले ठगा जनता को सत्ता में आने के लिए झूठे बोल के कि हम भ्रष्टाचार के खिलाफ लड़ाई लड़ेंगे, लेकिन एक नहीं अधिकतर सभी इनके नेता शराब घोटाले में फंसे हुए हैं। ईडी की जांच के बावजूद वहां नहीं गए तो उसके बाद गिरफ्तारी हो गई, 6-6 महीने से जेल में है, कोई 1.5 साल से जेल में है। ये अपने आप दिखाता है कि कितनी भ्रष्ट आम आदमी पार्टी है और कट्टर बेईमान अरविंद केजरीवाल।